Number 1 is Cookie Crombie. The lessee is Dean Beachy of Berlin, Ohio, trained by D. Houghton with Kyle Waiter. Number 2 is Kiss This Goodbye by Broomball, Arcanum, Ohio, and Bixler of Greenville, Ohio, trained by Dave Broomball with Sam Chip Noble III. Number 3 is Carlotta Soul, owned and trained by Marlon Smith of Thornville, Ohio, with Bob Harper at the lines. Number 4 is Erna Blessing, owned by Lowell Prickett of Wilmington, Ohio, trained by Tom Prickett with Dave Myers. Number 5 is Destined for Glory by John Bryan and Amanda Georges of Wilmington, Ohio, trained by Calvin Wright with Jeff Fount. Number 6 is Dixie Trick, owned and trained by David Warnstaff of Ashley, Ohio. Jason Brewer is up. The 7 Candy Connection by Clarence You Can Call Me Sonny DeLong of Orient, Ohio, trained by Daryl Hoosier with a K-Man, Kane Kaufman. Number 8, Crosswind Hope, owned by Walter Ferguson Jr. of Sabina, Ohio, trained by Travis Redden with Walter Ferguson Jr. And for the outside of the 9, Forever Beautiful, owned and trained by Clyde Woodrow of South Charleston, Ohio. Dave Hawk is in her sulky. That's the field for the first race. They're all fan pacing and stepping out of there for the lead. There goes the 3, Carlotta Soul, driving up from the outside. There's the 6, Dixie Trick, who's on the go, along with Candy Connection. Looking to angle in, racing in for that is Erna Blessing. 5th there along the inside, Kiss This Goodbye, racing over the outside in 6th, looking to duck in there. That is Forever Beautiful. Over the inside in 7th, that is Cookie Crombie. And the 2 trailers here are Destined for Glory and Crosswind Hope can see them all as they move by the opening quarter in 28 and 2 fifths, and Candy Connection to the K-Man to the front end here, leading it by a length and a quarter. Into the inside, Dixie Trick yielded for a garden spot in 2. Carlotta Soul is racing in 3rd. 4th, that is Erna Blessing. To the outside, racing in 5 of the Overland route there, that is Forever Beautiful. 6th and staying in, Kiss This Goodbye. 7 to the covered flow is Cookie Crombie. 3rd over the outside, racing in 8th, that is Destined for Glory. And 9th and trailing the field, Crosswind Hope. As they step around the clubhouse, turn in front of the paddock and on over to the half, they roll in on top. Candy Connection and Kane Kaufman through a half in just a minute. Over the inside, racing in 2, that is Dixie Trick. Over the outside, racing in 3rd, now beginning to relent just a bit. That is Forever Beautiful. Off the turn and driving down the backside. Heads are pointed towards 3/4 and on top. Candy Connection with the lead here, finding her 2nd win on the outside in 2. That is Forever Beautiful. Along the inside in 3rd, that is Dixie Trick. 4th on the inside, Carlotta Soul being looking for racing room. 2nd over the outside in 5, perfectly placed is Cookie Crombie as they reach the 3/4 mile mark of the race. 3/4 and 1:29 and 3 fifths. They'll pace the final turn and head for home. Candy Connection with the lead here is trying to make every pull a winning one and leading it by a length and a half. To the inside, Dixie Trick will take a shot at her from the pocket as they turn to the top of the stretch. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Candy Connection with the lead here is digging down deep. Dixie Trick is coming to her along with Carlotta Soul as they come to the wire. Candy Connection coast to coast. Finishing 2nd, the 6, Dixie Trick. 3rd was a 3, Carlotta Soul. The top of the mile, 1:59 and 1 fifth, Candy Connection. One is unofficial. 7-6-3-1 is unofficial. The 7-6 exacta returns $20.60. 7-6-3 try returns $134.20. Trackside of the winner's circle, the official winner of the first race, number 7 Candy Connection, a 4-year-old brown mare by Village Connection out of a flatline mare. She by Brett Hanover. Owned by Clarence You Can Call Me Sonny DeLong of Orient, Ohio. Trained by Daryl Hoosier. Nicely handled here this evening by the winning driver, the K-Man, Kane Kaufman. The 7 Candy Connection, coast to coast, 1:59, 1 fifth. Kathy Hawk brings them out. The 1 is Hillbilly's a good one, owned and trained by John Nelson, parent of Lebanon, Ohio, with Sam Chip Noble III. Number 2 is Duncan Adano, owned by Roy Murphy of Mendon, Ohio, and Richard Stevens of Columbus, Ohio, trained by Roy Murphy with the driver's change to Jeff Fount. Number 3 is Little Joe, owned by Parker of Canal, Winchester, Ohio, and Berger of Columbus, Ohio, trained by Doug Parker with Bob Harper. The 4 is Cherry Tree Luke, owned by Alan Kirchenbaum of Burbank, California, trained and driven by Smilin' Joe Adamski. Number 5 quickly took over by Elizabeth Brandt of Logan, Ohio, trained and driven by David Myers. Number 6 is Ultimate Laser by Kelly of London, Ohio, and Roberts of South Vienna, Ohio, trained and driven by Jerry Roberts. Number 7 is Dance with a Dolly, owned by Donna Jean Anderson of Circleville, Ohio, trained and driven by Brian Weaver. Number 8 is Raging Impulse, owned by Trish Bickler of Dover, Delaware, with Dave Hawk at the lines. And for the outside of the 9, Rhinestone Ring and Bell, owned, trained and driven by William Heiser of Dublin, Ohio, in the sulky. Scioto is in motion. They're all fan trotting and firing out of there for the lead. There goes Little Joe, gets the first call here. Driving up from the rail, there's Hillbilly's a good one. Outside racing in third, Cherry Tree Luke also driving out. That is quickly took over. Up on the inside, coming away, racing in 5, that is Ultimate Laser. 6th is Duncan Adano. 7th there along the rail, Dance with a Dolly. 8th along the rail now, that is Raging Impulse. And 9th and trailing the field, Rhinestone Ring and Bell. As they race around the first turn and over to the opening quarter, being led by Little Joe through the opening quarter in 28 3/5. Quickly took over, has found the garden spot, racing in 2. Hillbilly's a good one, trots in 3rd, a gap of 3.5, racing in 4th. That is up on the inside there, Cherry Tree Luke. Inside in 5, that is Ultimate Laser. 6 to the outside, Duncan Adano. 7th is Dance with a Dolly. 8th is Raging Impulse, and 9th and trailing the field, Rhinestone Ring and Bell. As they trot around the clubhouse, turning on over to the half, and on top, Little Joe and Bob Harper is carving out the fractions here. Quickly took over, still trotting in 2nd. First over the rim, trotting in 3rd, that is Duncan Adano. They reach the half in 1 minute and 1/5. Off the turn and driving down the backside. Heads are pointed towards 3/4 with Little Joe leading the way here by a tight length. Right there at the leader's wheel disc in 2. Now that is Duncan Adano along the rail. That is quickly took over, watching over the dueling leaders from 3rd. Perfectly placed. 2nd over the outside in 4th. That is Ultimate Laser. Buried at the rail, racing in 5. Hillbilly's a good one to the outside, racing in 6th. That is Raging Impulse. 7th is Cherry Tree Luke. 8th, that is Dance with a Dolly. And 9th and trailing the field, Rhinestone Ring and Bell. They trotted by 3/4 and 1:30 flat. They'll trot the final turn and head for home. Little Joe with the lead here. Quickly took over along the inside, is trotting in 2nd, and now bearing down on the outside. Here comes Ultimate Laser as they turn to the top of Heartbreak Lane. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Little Joe with the lead. Here comes, quickly took over to the passing lane, is coming to him and coming on. Little Joe quickly took over with one final surge. Gets up to win it here. Finishing 2nd was Little Joe. 3rd of the mile was the one. Hillbilly's a good one. The top of the mile, 2 minutes and 2/5. Quickly sponsored by her Realtors of Lancaster, Ohio. Timed in 2 minutes and 2/5. Here's the 5. Quickly took over. 7-year-old bay horse by Overcomer and a S'more Stride Mare. She by Coleman LaBelle. Owned by one of the most wonderful ladies in the sport of harness racing, Elizabeth Brandt of Logan, Ohio. Nicely trained and driven by David Myers. The 5 quickly took over. 2 minutes and 2/5. It's official, 5-3-1-6 official. Early double, 7-5, return 23-20, 5-3 exacta, 12-60, 5-3-1 try, 76-20. Horses are on the track and pretty the pose for the 3rd race. Fillies and mares, condition pace, a 1 mile purse at $2,400. Exactas in try, scratch the 4, Momentous Meg, sick, down to a field of 8. The 1 Smokin' Pistol, owned by Iris Horowitz of Brooklyn, New York, trained by Debbie Rucker with Sam Chipnoble III. Number 2 is Our Personal Girl, owned by Jay and Kim Shermonte Sears at Deerfield Beach, Florida, trained by Jay Sears, Kyle Waiter at the lines. Number 3 is a Can, owned by Lowell Prickett of Wilmington, Ohio, trained by Tom Prickett with Jason Brewer. The 4 Momentous Meg is out sick. Number 5 Belief Thus, owned by Rose Adams of Franklin, Ohio, trained by John Ingram with Dave Hawk. Number 6 is Glen Willow Lady, owned by Gary Risco of Hilliard, Ohio, trained and driven by Fred Huff Jr. Number 7 Early Country Star, owned by Daniel Cartier, Chillicothe, Ohio, trained by Clarence Gilliam with Adam Rucker. Number 8 is Anita Crombie. The lessee is also the trainer, Tom Blankenship of Asheville, Ohio, with Jeff Fount. And for the outside of the 9 is Endures Forever, owned by Pamela Yoder of Dalhart, Texas, trained by David Yoder with Bob Harper and her sulky. Motion. They're all fan pacing and firing out of there for the lead from the outside. There's the 7 Early Country Star is on the go. In between horses, Glen Willow Lady is also driving out from the rail. There is Smokin' Pistol. Up on the outside in 4, that is Anita Crombie. Along the rail, racing in 5, Our Personal Girl. 6 there, that is a Can. 7th, that is Believe This. And 8th, and trailing the field, that is Endures Forever. As they race around the first turn and over to the opening quarter, an Early Country Star. But now up on the outside, here's Smokin' Pistol. By the initial quarter and 29 and 1/5. On by the stand for the first time and heading on down to the half and on top of the field now Smokin' Pistol. Anita Crombie to the outside in 2. Along the inside, Early Country Star is racing in 3rd, a gap of a length and a half. Racing in 4th, that is Glen Willow Lady. Outside in 5, that is a Can. 6th and buried to the rail, that is Our Personal Girl. 7 to the outside of there, that is Believe This. And 8th and trailing the field, Endures Forever. As they race around the clubhouse, turning on over to the half with the lead, that is Smokin' Pistol. Over the outside of the overland route there, that is Anita Crombie in 2. They reach the half in 59 and 4/5. Along the inside, racing in 3rd, that is Early Country Star. Up on the outside, poised second over, racing in 4th there, that is a Can. Along the rail in 5, that is Glen Willow Lady. Less than 3/8 of a mile remaining. On down the backside and Smokin' Pistol with the lead here by a length and a half. And to the inside, Early Country Star is still right there in the garden spot, racing in 2. Swung up 3 wide to the outside there from 3rd. As they approach 3/4, that is Believe This, and looking for racing room now, that is Glen Willow Lady. 3/4 on the board in 1:30 and 1/5, and Glen Willow Lady ran into some traffic there, and she's all bottled up as they turn to the top of the stretch. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come, and Smokin' Pistol got the jump on them, but to the outside, Glen Willow Lady is coming to her, and coming on is charging hard, and Glen Willow Lady is zooming on by. Glen Willow Lady is getting up to win it. Smokin' Pistol to go second. Our Personal Girl was third at the time of the mile, 2 minutes and 1/5. Glen Willow Lady in a new lifetime mark. The inquiry sign has been posted by the stewards, directed against the unofficial winner of the 3rd race, the 6 Glen Willow Lady, for possible interference just past the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Possible interference on the 6 horse Glen Willow Lady for possible interference just past the 3/4 mile mark of the race. Again, this does involve the unofficial winner, number 6 Glen Willow Lady. Trackside of the winner's circle, surviving the inquiry here. Here's the 6 Glen Willow Lady, a 2-year-old daughter of Lusty Leader out of a skip-along Patty mare, she by Satanic, owned by Gary Risco of Hilliard, Ohio, nicely trained and driven by Fred Huff Jr. The time of the mile of 2 minutes and 1/5 establishes a new lifetime mark for the 6 Glen Willow Lady here in the 3rd race. The 6 horse, Glen Willow Lady, now posting the 6th win of her career. A talented 2-year-old daughter here of Lusty Leader. 2 minutes and 1/5. Here's the top to bottom finish for the 3rd race. The 1 Smokin' Pistol, 2. The 2 Our Personal Girl, 3. The 3 is a Can, 4. Number 1, Lady of War, owned by the 3 Horsemen Stables Incorporated of Lexington, Kentucky, trained by David Stratton with Bob Harper. Number 2 is Sand Chick, My Bud Light. Long Shot of the Night is owned by Bill Sanders of Stevenson, Alabama, trained by the Big T, Terry Tim Holton, with the K-Man, Kane Kaufman. Number 3 is Sue Me, owned and trained by Tom Gray of Dayton, Ohio, with the driver's change to Jason Brewer. The 4 is Hypo Safford Me, owned by Rucker of Stoutsville, Ohio, and Van Kuren at Glen Rock, New Jersey, trained by Tim Rucker with Adam Rucker. Number 5 is Power Hall, owned by Joseph Palermo III of Ocean Ridge, Florida, trained by Jay Sears with Sam Chipnoble III. The 6 Bearcat Sombra is Jeff Cahill's Budweiser Best Bet of the Night, owned by Catherine Ann Hawk of Orient, Ohio, Patricia Soulsby of Powell, Ohio, trained by Lloyd Hawk with Dave Hawk. Number 7 is Sisters Winter K. The lessee is Robert Key and John Glassman of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, trained by Jim Artledge Jr., Jeff Fout. The 8 Dance Till Dawn, owned by William Kale of Eaton, Ohio, trained and driven by Robert Scott. And for the outside of the 9, Sandy Crown, owned by Alfred Skirler and Robert Stewart. They're both of the Buckeye State, trained and driven by Tom Brinkerhoff and the Sulky. field in motion. They're all fan trotting and firing away from the inside. There goes the one, Lady of War, who's headed out for command here. Driving up in between them, that is Hypro Saffron and Me. Also on the go, that is Power Hall. Driving up on the outside, Sisters Winner K. As they drive into the first turn and over to the opening quarter, Hypro Saffron and Me has come away in fourth. Fifth there, that is Bearcat Sabra. Angled in sixth, that is Sue Me. Seventh along the rail, that is Dance Till Dawn. Eighth, that is Sand Chick. And ninth, and trailing the field, that is Sandy Crown. As they step towards the opening quarter, in 28 and 4/5, and Power Hall clears to the front interior as they pass in front of the stand for the first time and head on down to the half. Power Hall on top here by a length and a half. To the inside, Lady of War is trotting in second. Sisters Winner K trots in third. Fourth, that is Hypro Saffron to Me. Fifth there after a gap at 2.5, Bearcat Sabra. Sixth along the inside, Sue Me there. Seventh there, that is Dance Till Dawn. Eighth, that is Sand Chick. And ninth, and trailing the field, Sandy Crown as they trot around the clubhouse turn in front of the paddock and on over to the half. They reach the half in 58 and 2/5. A second panel at 29 and 3. Off the turn and driving down the backside. Heads are pointed towards 3/4 and on top. Power Hall leads it here by a length and a half. To the inside, Lady of War is tracking him from second. First over on the rim, trotting in third. Here comes Hypro Saffron to Me. Sent it away there. Third, now second, and advancing up on the outside of the leader. Trotting in fourth, that is Sisters Winner K. Inside in fifth, that is Sue Me. Outside there in sixth, that is Dance Till Dawn. Seventh, that is Bearcat Sabra. And eighth there, that is Sand Chick. And ninth, and showing the field, Sandy Crown. They trotted by 3/4 and 1:28 and 4/5. They'll trot the final turn and head for home, and Hypro Saffron to Me and Adam Rucker on top here by 2.5. Lady of War is trying to close in second as they turn to the top of Power Alley. Less than an eighth of a mile to go, and down the stretch they come. Hypro Saffron to Me with the lead. Lady of War is trying to come to her as they come within the final 16th. This is Hypro Saffron to Me in front. Finishing second, the one, Lady of War. Third was the 7, Sisters Winner K. Down to the mile, 1:59, 1/5. Hypro Saffron to Me. So the 4-1 exacta returns $97.80. 4-1-7 try returns $773.20. Trackside of the winner's circle. Here's the 4, Hypro Saffron to Me. A 9-year-old chestnut mare by Cumin out of a Hypo Monami mare. She by Kawartha Monami, owned by Rucker of Stoutsville, Ohio, and Van Kuren of Glen Rock, New Jersey. Owned by, trained by Tim Rucker, rather. Posting the 5th win in 2003. Nicely handled here this evening by winning driver Adam Rucker. The 4, Hypo Saffron to Me and Adam Rucker, 1:59, 1/5. In the winner's circle to make the trophy presentation, the group welcoming Dolores and Bill from Virginia. Field of 10, the 1, Cruise the Town, owned by John Reams and Larry Tench of the Buckeye State, trained by Larry Tench with Sam Chipnoble III. Number 2 is KT Get the Checkbook, owned by Thomas Wagers and Jeffrey Cornett of Ohio, trained by Jeff Cornett with Jeff Fout. Number 3 is Only in the Movies, owned by Dorothy and Daryl Wilson of Orient, Ohio, trained by Daryl Wilson. Daryl Wilson will drive. The 4, Nuclear Scooter, owned by Vicki Miller of Chillicothe, Ohio, trained by Ron Miller with Bob Harper. Number 5 is Harmonicon, owned and trained by Connie Monar of Ashley, Ohio, with Dean Collins at the lines. Number 6 is KS John's Boy by Henry You Can Call Me Hank Kaufman of Baltimore, Ohio, and John Smith of Bell Fountain, Ohio, trained by Mike Metters with Kyle Wader. Number 7 is RWG Man, owned by Ronald Turner of Ziegler, Illinois, trained by Jeff Brewer, Jason Brewer up. Number 8 is Sugar Valley Dooley, owned by Dale Walters at Delaware, Ohio, trained and driven by Billy Walters. From the outside of the 9, Hombro Algonquin, this is Jeff Cahill's Bud Light long shot of the night, trained by David Loff of Mechanicsburg, Ohio, the K-Man, Kane Kaufman. And scoring from off the second tier is the 10 Hardees, owned by Short of Delaware, Ohio, and the Paint Creek Farms of Rochester, Michigan, trained by Jeff Short. Jason Moore in the sulky. Mercury team. Field in motion. They're all fan pacing and flying out of there from the inside. There goes Cruise the Town. Right alongside of that is Nuclear Scooter. Right alongside of that one, that is Harmonicon. From the way outside, there is Umbro Algonquin, who's on the go for the K-Man. Along the inside in 5 is KT Get the Checkbook. Got to the outside in 6, that is Only in the Movie. 7th from off the second tier are D's. Gap at 2.5. Racing in 8th, that is KS John's Boy. 9th there along the rail, that is our WG Man. And 10th and trailing the field, that is Sugar Valley Dooley. And he can see them all as they wheel by the opening quarter in 28 and 3/5. On by the stand for the first time and heading on down to the half, and Umbro Algonquin clears to the front end tier. Along the inside, Cruise the Town is right back looking for the retake here as they roll under the wire with 5/8 of a mile remaining, and Cruise the Town is cruising to the top here as they race around the clubhouse, turning on over to the half. On top of the field, Cruise the Town with the lead here by length and 3/4. To the inside, Umbro Algonquin is yielded for a garden spot, racing in 2. Third along the rail, that is Nuclear Scooter as they reach the half, and 59 and 1/5. Off the turn and driving down the backside. Heads are pointed towards 3/4 and on top. Cruise the Town leads it here by length and a half. To the inside, Umbro Algonquin is in the garden spot, racing in 2. First over the outside, racing in 3rd. That is Only in the Movies. Buried to the rail, racing in 4th. Nuclear Scooter, second over the outside in 5. Perfectly placed there. That is RD's to the outside, racing in 6th there. That is KS John's Boy. 7th along the rail, Harmonicon. 8th to the outside of there, KT Get the Checkbook. 3/4 and 129 flat. They'll pace the final turn and head for home and Cruise the Town with the lead by 3.5. But over the outside, Ardiste is closing in with every single stride as they turn to the top of Heartbreak Lane. Less than an 1/8 of a mile to go. And down the stretch they come. Cruise the Town with the lead here. To the outside, Ardiste is trying to come to him. Inside the final 16th, Cruise the Town is going to report home a winner. Ardiste to go second. KS John's Boy was third. Down the mile was 158 and 4/5. Cruise the Town in a first career victory. Cruise the Town. A 3-year-old bay colt by Town Nation out of a Lou Romar mare. She by Meadow Romar. Owned by John Reams and Larry Tench of the Buckeye State. Trained by Larry Tench. Nicely handled here this evening by winning driver Sam Chipnoble III. First career victory for the one Cruise the Town. 158 4/5.
Presenting the field, TM's Rockin' Robin, owned by the Horner Racing Stables, trained by Tom Horner Jr., Jeff Out. The 2, Stormy Gray Sea, owned by Scott Rooks, trained and driven by Keith Haynes. The 3, Casarena, owned by Ronald Ross, trained by Jeff Brewer, Jason Brewer. The 4, Lake Hills Lisa, owned and trained by John Perrin, Chip Noble. The 5, Mega Laugh, owned and trained by Tommy Smith, Kane Kaufman. The 6, Miss Macarena, owned by James Davis, trained by Brandon Piguet, Bob Harper, note the change. The 7, Mindy Skirt, owned by Stevens and Nocera, trained by Roy Murphy, Jim Shelton, note that driver change. Rounding out the field, the 8, Fox Valley Renee, owned by Brian Tatum, trained by Karen Seifert, Dave Hawk. They're off and pacing on the inside. Stormy Gray Sea living well. On the outside, a Mega Laugh racing in 3rd. TM's Rockin' Robin. They meet up with the first turn. Stormy Gray Sea feeling pressure from Mega Laugh on the outside. Mega Laugh looks to drop in 2nd. Racing in 3rd. TM's Rockin' Robin. A 2-length gap back to Cass Arena racing in 4th. A length and a half back to Lake Hills Lisa. Another 2-length gap back to Miss Macarena. Mindy Skirt. Fox Valley Renee trails the field 10 lengths from the lead as they approach the opening quarter-mile marker. 8, Billy Zamaris hits the opening quarter in 28 and 2 into the stretch for the first time. Mega Laugh on the outside, trying to take the lead and does away from Stormy Gray Sea. She yields in 2nd, racing in 3rd. TM's a Rockin' Robin, a length back to Cass Arena, 2 back to Lake Hills Lisa. Then comes Miss Macarena. Mindy Skirt tipping to the outside. Fox Valley Renee still last, but moving on the outside. They hit the clubhouse turn. Kane Kaufman and Mega Laugh still calling the shots here. Stormy Gray Sea racing in 2nd. TM's a Rockin' Robin sits 3rd. Cass Serena yet to move from 4th, and there she goes to the outside. They hit the half-mile marker, 58 and 2. They curve onto the backstretch. Megalaf still calling the shots. Stormy, Gracie racing in second, racing in third. TM's a Rockin' Robin advancing on the outside fourth. Casa Arena, that gives Miss Macarena second over cover. Along the inside, Lake Hills, Lisa elected to stay in. Third over on the outside is Fox Valley Renee. On the inside last is Mindy Skirt. Field is bunching, approaching the 3/4 mile markers. It is still Megalaf calling the shots. Racing in second, Stormy, Gracie on the outside. Casa Arena third. TM's a Rockin' Robin fourth, ready to go 3 wide. Miss Macarena 1:28 and 3 for the 3/4. In the far turn, pulling the pocket, Stormy Gracie looking to engage. Megalaf needing racing room. TM's Rockin' Robin, Casa Arena fourth. Lake Hills leads swings 3 wide. Fifth, top of the stretch. Stormy Gracie on the outside takes a slim lead. Racing in second, Megalaf up the super stretch. TM's Rockin' Robin 4 wide. Lake Hills Lisa is flying. 400 drive to the wire. Lake Hills Lisa on the far outside. Racing in second is Stormy Gracie. They come to the wire. Lake Hills Lisa in front. Close for second between the 1 TM's Rockin' Robin and Stormy Gracie, but it was Lake Hills Lisa at 1:59 and 1. A 9-year-old mare by Sportsmaster out of the General Star mare, Splendiferous. Owned and trained by John Perrin. Sam Chip Noble third row. The 4 Lake Hills Lisa. Prices are up. The exacta combination of 4 and 1, 74.20. The tri combination of 4, 1 and 2. We'll get back to that momentarily. The pick 3, 4, 1 and 4, $620.70 for a $1 ticket. 3 of 3. The tri 4, 1 and 2, $270.80 for a $2 ticket. Presenting the field, the 1 Jate Propelled, owned and trained by Ron Barker, Dave Hawk. The 2 Wild Red Reed, owned and trained by Dan Ader, Kyle Ader drives. The 3 Better Still, owned by Epler and Russo, trained by Mike Epler and Jeff Bout drives. The 4 Tsunami, owned by Matt Rowe, trained by Robert Stapleton, Kane Kaufman. Scratch the 5 Attack Mission, sick. The 6 Bridal Wood, owned and trained by Tommy Smith, Jim Shelton. The 7 TYR Bluegrass, owned by Michelle Omer, trained by Brad Omer, Bob Harper. The 8 Freddie Spaghetti, scratch 6, rounding out the field. The 9 LS Hearst Snatcher, owned by Ronald Dean Ross, trained by Jeff Brewer, Jason Brewer. Bring him to the gate. They're off and pacing on the inside. Better Still leaving well to go Tsunami in the middle of the track. Along the inside, Jay Propel on the far outside, Bridal Wood with Wild Red Reed. They hit up with the first turn. Better Still on the inside, Tsunami on the outside. Tsunami now clears and takes a length lead. Better Still yields in second. 2 back to Jay Propelled, racing in third. Then comes Wild Red Reed dropping in fourth. A length back to Bridalwood. Then comes TYR Bluegrass racing in sixth. And Ellis Purchase Snatcher trails the field. They enter the stretch for the first time off the opening quarter, 27 and 3. It's Kane Kaufman and Tsunami calling the shots by 2. Racing in second, Better Still racing in third. Jade Propelled. 2 back to Wild Red Reed racing in fourth. Then comes Bridalwood. A length and a half back to TYR Bluegrass racing in sixth. And Ellis Purchase Snatcher trails the field 8 lengths from the lead. Clubhouse turn, leading the way, Tsunami extending his lead to 2.5. Racing in second, Better Still. Racing in third, Jade Propelled. Racing in fourth is Wild Red Reed. He comes to the outside. That flushes out Jade Propelled off the half in 57 flat. They curve onto the backstretch, leading the way, Tsunami. The Garden spot with Better Still. First over on the outside, Jade Propelled. Second over, Wild Red Reed. Bridalwood on the inside, racing in fifth. Third over, TYR Bluegrass and Ellis Purse Snatcher still the trailer. Midway up the backstretch, Tsunami, a length and a half. Racing in second, Better Still. First over, Jade Propelled. Back to third on the inside, Bridalwood. Now fourth, Wild Red Reed. Swinging 3 wide in fifth. Behind that one, TYR Bluegrass. LS Purse Snatcher, 126 and 3 into the far turn. Kane Kaufman and Tsunami, 2-length lead. Better Still racing in second. Advancing on the inside, Bridalwood is third with Ellis Purse Snatcher fourth. They arrive at the top of the stretch. Tsunami first off the turn. Better Still out for the drive second. Bridalwood is third with Ellis Purse Snatcher fourth. In deep stretch, Tsunami still the leader. Better Still up the super stretch. Bridalwood is third. In deep stretch, Tsunami surging is Better Still. These two come to the wire will be Tsunami in front. Better Still was second. Bridalwood was third. Ellis Purse Snatcher fourth. 156 and 4. The 7th race, the 4 Tsunami. He's a 5-year-old bay gelding by Merger's cousin of the Brave leader mare, Sensal. Owned by Matt Rowe, trained by Robert Stapleton. Kane Kaufman drives. The 4 Tsunami. Fillies and Mares claiming Pacers, leaving the paddock for the 8th. Jeff Fout drives the 1, Rosie Scooter. Kyle Later drives the 6, Family Classic. No Lasix for the 9. Love Thy Neighbor presenting the field, the 1, Rosie's Scooter, owned by Stevens, Nocera, and Murphy, trained by Roy Murphy. Jeff Fout, note the driver change. The 2, Good Time Alley, owned by Bucky Trout, also trained by Bucky Trout, driven by Bucky Trout. The 3, Make Mine Black, owned by the Shout Stable, trained and driven by Rick Shout. The 4, Carrie Lynn. The lessee is Brian Haynes, Keith Haynes the trainer, he also drives. The 5, Rita's Velvet, owned by Billy Joe Rally, trained by Tommy Smith, Jim Shelton. The 6, Family Classic, owned by Rick Starr, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr., note the change to Kyle Later. The 7, Flying Apache, owned by Newt Thomas, trained by Lloyd Hawk, Dave Hawk. The 8, Sporty Carla, owned by Tim McCoy, trained and driven by Kane Kaufman. The 9, Love Thy Neighbor, owned by William Cantrell, trained by Jeff Brewer. Jason Brewer drives. Note, she is not racing on the medication. Fillies and Mares sent on their way along the inside. A Rosie's Scooter leaving well with Good Time Ali. On the far outside, Family Classic with Flying Apache. 4 across into the first turn along the inside. A Rosie's Scooter taking advantage of the rail. Racing in second, Good Time Ali. 3 wide, Flying Apache. Dropping in fourth is Family Classic. A 5-length gap back to Carrie Lynn. Racing in fifth, parked on the outside. I Love Thy Neighbor. Along the inside, Make Mine Black with Sporty Carla. And Rita's Velvet trails the field. They approached the opening quarter-mile marker. They hit the opening quarter. 28-2 on the outside. Flying Apache has had a rough opening quarter mile and is battling with Rosie Scooter and finally takes a half-length lead and finally clears. But we'll see pressure on the outside from Family Classic. Now Family Classic now second. First over on the outside. Rosie Scooter relegated to third. Second over Bucky Trout and Good Time Ali. This first flight of 4 is ahead by 5 lengths. They hit the paddock turn the final time. On the outside, Family Classic now takes the lead away from Flying Apache. Good Time Ali now racing in third. Then comes Rosie Scooter. A 5-length gap back to Carrie Lynn on the outside. Love Thy Neighbor with Sporty Carla. Make Mine Black and Rita's Velvet. They move on to the backstretch. It's Dave, Kyle Later, and Family Classic still the leader. Good Time Ali up on the outside, a half a length away in second. Racing in third is Rosie Scooter, and that one drops to the inside. Racing in fourth, Flying Apache. A 2-length gap back to Love Thy Neighbor, fifth. Approaching the 3/4 mile marker, Family Classic still the leader. Good Time Ali racing in second. Needing racing room is Rosie Scooter. 3/4, 1:27.4, midway on the far turn. Family Classic still the leader. Looking for racing room, Rosie Scooter. Racing in third, Good Time Ali. Ready to go 3 wide, Love Thy Neighbor with Flying Apache fifth. They arrive at the top of the stretch, Kyle Later. And Family Classic first off the turn up the super stretch. Here comes Rosie Scooter. Third is Good Time Ali in deep stretch. Family Classic all out. Rosie Scooter is surging late. Family Classic still there on the inside of Rosie Scooter. They hit the wire together. Will be Family Classic. In front, Rosie Scooter second. Close for third between the 9, Love Thy Neighbor, and the Family Classic. Sporty Carla. She's a bay 5-year-old mare by Jay Lobel out of the Campfellow mare. Traddle. Owned by Rick Starr, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr. Kyle Later picks up the drive on the 6, Family Classic. Prices are up. The exacta combination 6 and 1, $37.60. The try combination of 6, 1, and 9, $441.80. Presenting the field, the 1, Caleb Special, owned by Pearl Paver, trained by Joe Paver. Note the change to Joe Adamski. The 2, Falkirk, owned by Roy Swaney, trained by Dave Lowe, Jeff Out. The 3, Cassie's Raider, owned by Trent Tharps, also trained by Trent Tharps. Trent Tharps Jr. drives the 3, Cassie's Raider. The 4, Win Some Winner, owned by Ronald Fairchild, trained by Jeff Brewer, Jason Brewer. The 5, Noble Grinder, owned by Collins and Taylor, trained by Dean Collins, driven by Dean Collins. The 6, Poker Deck, owned by Laird and Sprin, trained by Ray Sprin, Dave Hawk. The 7, Noble Big G, owned by Robert and Gail Imson, trained by Gail Imson, Kane Kaufman. The 8, Yankee Dragon, owned by Philip Waverly, trained by Don Barker, Kyle Later. And rounding out the field, the 9, RW's Out of Towner, owned by Howard Jackson, trained by Ed Bibler. Jim Shelton, note the driver change, scratch the 10, Yankee Frankie Lame. Final field, sent on the way, Falkirk leaving well on the outside, Poker Deck. Poker Deck on the outside takes the lead away from Falkirk in the first turn. Falkirk on the inside, fighting back and putting Poker Deck right in the 2-hole. A 2-length gap back to Yankee Dragon. A 2-length gap back to Caleb Special racing in fourth on the outside, parked out. RW's Out of Towner. Then comes Cassie's Raider. A length back to Win Some Winner racing in eighth is Noble Grinder. Trailing the field, Noble Big G. Field of 9, approach the opening quarter-mile marker, and it is Jeff Boughton Falkirk, 29-1 for the opening quarter. Racing in second, it is Poker Deck. Racing in third, it is Yankee Dragon. Racing in fourth is RW's Out of Towner. A 2-length gap back to Caleb Special racing in fifth. First over on the outside, Cassie's Raider. That gives Noble Grinder cover. Along the inside, Win Some Winner. Trailing the field, Noble Big G as they hit the paddock turn for the final time. Falkirk, the leader, length and a half. Racing in second is Poker Deck. Racing in third is Yankee Dragon, and first over on the outside, Cassie's Raider shuffled is RW's Out of Towner. Second over, Noble Grinder off the half in 59-2. They curve on to the backstretch. It's still Falkirk calling the shots a length and 3/4. Poker Deck racing in second. Racing in third is Cassie's Raider. Racing in fourth is Yankee Dragon on the inside. RW's Out of Towner fifth. Struggling on the outside is Noble Grinder. On the inside comes Caleb Special, then comes Win Some Winner, and Noble Big G approaching the 3/4-mile marker. On the outside, Cassie's Raider still hooked up with Falkirk. 3/4, 129 flat. On the inside, Falkirk. On the outside, Cassie's Raider. Noble Grinder is thawed out and is moving 3 wide on the outside. He's a menacing third. Racing in fourth, Poker Deck. They arrive at the top of the stretch. Noble Grinder, 3 wide, takes the lead. Racing in second, Cassie's Raider. Falkirk is third. At the top of the stretch, Dean Collins and Noble Grinder first off the turn. On the outside, Yankee Dragon is charging hard second. Caleb Special flying late third. Then deep stretch, Noble Grinder, Yankee Dragon, one last surge. He got him at the wire. Yankee Dragon. Noble Grinder was second. Close photo for third between the 1, Caleb Special, the 9, RW's Out of Towner, and the flying Win Some Winner. 159 flat. Comes away 20-1. The 8, Yankee Dragon, a bay 13-year-old gelding by Big Towner. Out of landslide mare, Precocious Yankee, owned by Philip New, trained by Don Barker. Kyle Later drove the 8, Yankee Dragon. Returning $43 even.